Hello and welcome to the ASC Weekly Bronze Division. We are on week number 7 here, and Zeltsum is making funny noises because it's getting kind of late. But we are in the finals here. This is going to be a best of 5. Spawning on Zelnaga Caverns, we have at the bottom left, we have Mr. Whoopassjoe. Spawning as the Pink Zerg and his opponent. At the top right, we have another ZVP, Mr. Blue Protoss. We have Heyzeus. Heyzeus is playing as the pretty blue Protoss. I am Simpatico.
And I'm Zeltson. Hello and greetings and welcome to the finals and such.
Such and things.
And junk.
So we just saw another ZVP, in which Whoopassjoe did quite well. 3-3 Roach and Hydras, doing just amazing things in game number 1, and then I guess just some bad decision making from Eon with kind of going for a little bit too much focus on those Phoenixes, unfortunately. So we do have a Whoopassjoe making his first ever appearance into the finals. I believe this is his first appearance in the ASC Weekly as well. So congratulations on making it this far. Ooh, and corners a drone a little bit there, getting some hits. Zapping. Brotoss is doing some tasing. As someone in the chat earlier said, don't tase me, Brotoss. It's funny because it's true. So we do have a pool down for Whoopassjoe and then gas. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Usually, when you're going to see Zergling speed, you see gas before pool.
Pool then gas usually means the pool gas expand into roaches or pool gas roaches into expand.
I'm learning things. Guys, watch out, I'm learning things.
Guys, watch out! When Simpatico learns stuff, the world will blow up.
The hell will freeze over. We're all going to live in communes. And it's going to be delightful, actually. Because there'll be zombies, it'll be super cool, like The Walking Dead and stuff. I can't wait until they make more episodes of that show, by the way. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was awesome. So we have Heyzeus pretty much doing the only thing a Protoss can do in the early game, aside from a Forge expand or a Cannon Rush. So,
yeah, aside from Nexus first or Forge first.
Yep.
Or Mass Pylon Probe.
While I have your attention, and there's not a whole lot going on, guys, go over to ASCWeekly.com if you're not already there, or if you're watching us on YouTube or on Justin TV, head over to ASCWeekly.com. There's a Facebook button, there's a Twitter button. We hope you click those and follow us, because the more followers we get, the more support we get, the more we can do for you guys. Also, check out the coaching page. Coaching is dirt fucking cheap. It is dirt cheap, and it is amazing. You have top 200 players on there. You have Master Division players. You have team managers on there. Our very own Zeltsum, that is, coaching Master Division players. So he can coach you. It's a guarantee. So definitely want to check that out. And of course, all that money goes towards directly towards sponsoring the ASC Weekly prize pool. But we have Whoopassjoe here going to push up with some Zerglings. Gonna poke into that Zealot, see what he can do there. Is he going to commit to this? I think he is, which is not a great idea because these Zerglings are just going to get chopped in half.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
No, he's sacrificing so many Zerglings, and he's not going to get anything for it. He's not even going to kill a single Zealot.
I didn't kill one Zealot. He could have cut in that one Zealot, maybe.
Oh, that was, yeah, I think he just forgot about it, to be honest with you. He was focusing on other
That's
things,
quite
perhaps.
bad, because that's like 4 drones that you could have had that now you don't have for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, and we have very... Oh, this is a 2-gate robo. Pretty quick immortal here. He actually killed that extractor with a probe. That is pure baller, nerd baller stratagems right there. Warp gates, excuse me, are about to finish up. That immortal going to come out. He's going to have a pretty nice timing here, because there's not a whole lot out for Whoopassjoe right now. It looks like he's just going to be droning up quite a bit, which is exactly what he needs to do right now. But it's gonna allow Heyzeus to maybe push out. No, he's gonna expand. Never mind that. I just totally missed that expansion. Not looking at my mini map. Not looking at my mini map.
That is bio file.
So, looks like he might actually.
Whoopassjoe's doing this thing again with his overlords, where he's covering up his whole base, which is like a cool little. He's got the right idea, like to spot with the overlords, but he needs to take them and push them like all the way out. He needs to have something like up here in the middle of the map, over the cavern in the middle, stuff down here on the side so that he can see drops incoming, stuff up here. I mean, you might lose an overlord, but if you see units coming, make sure you what most of the really top players do is they kind of overproduce overlords. So that, you have like like maybe 45 out of like 60 something food, and then that way if you lose an overlord, it's not that big of a deal.
Sorry, just to interrupt you quickly. Feel free to ping the map when you're gonna say stuff like that because we can't see your screen. So, but what he's saying is overlords up at the corners of the map to scout for drops moving around. But we do have some pressure here, and it's gonna be easily repelled. This is so many roaches. He's gonna lose so much army here. Yeah, losing a couple zealots, needless to see.
He could definitely have thought that through a little bit better. But it is a nice little push. He didn't lose too much, so his expansion is relatively safe. And it looks like it's probably not in too much of a danger of getting counterattacked. And those little pushes are exactly what we want to do in the PvZ. As you can see, Whoopassjoe is building a lot of roaches again. And that's actually exactly what the Protoss wants. He wants his Zerg opponent to be building not drones.
Yeah, so that pressure actually did do something. He lost a few units, but what he was doing was the idea was good. The idea was solid. He's feigning pressure so that, like you said, Whoopassjoe, the Zerg, would be forced to make not drones. I mean, that being said, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, but does that not open you up? Let's say he just creates a whole bunch of army, and you're not really prepared for it yet. You were just feigning pressure because you wanted that. You create not drones. But then, I mean, technically, could he not just push out and counterattack?
He could, but that's why you don't. That's why you feign pressure instead of committing. Because if you commit and lose half your army, then you're in danger of a counterattack.
Mm-hmm.
Poke in and then just leave without having lost anything.
Right.
And you're fine. And
or even just walk on creep. And you're going to see, like, if you look at top players, like I was actually watching In Control versus Hydra, and or Idra, whatever, and it was cool because he was like, hey, watch this. And then he poked in, just walked on creep, and then walked out, and you saw, like, instantly every single larva be turned into some kind of attacking unit from Hydra, just because that's the reaction. Oh my god, he's pushing. Okay, it's time to get my army out instead of drones. So
yeah, it's kind of like checkmate in a way. It's not like checkmate in that you win the game, but it's like you force your opponent into doing something that he doesn't want to do.
Yeah,
it's not like checkmate at all. It's like sticky moves in chess. It's like traps in chess.
Yeah,
not checkmate. It's like a trap. You force your opponent into doing, like, okay, you force your opponent so that either he makes a shitload of units and then you just pull back and he just made a bunch of not drones and you can keep up or get ahead in the economy battle, or you can push in because he's not making anything and just win.
Looks like ooh, I like the. Oh no, never mind. I thought he was just gonna straight up counterattack. That would have been pretty cool to see. But we're gonna see these 1-0 drone roaches basically get ripped apart by immortals. This is totally brutal. These immortals are doing so much damage, not taking any hits whatsoever.
Oh my god, that was such an epic fight. You had like those immortals and the stalkers like hold up in that little tiny ball.
It was like a movie.
All the way around them, but they're just like, no way, bitches, I'm an immortal.
This is basically an immortal army. This is going to be really bad for Whoopassjoe, and he knows it, and he GG's. Yeah, after seeing all those immortals, he really should have produced a bunch of Zerglings. Unfortunately, he did not. So it looks like we're going to be going into game number 2 here. We do have, and I will fix my overlay here in a second, we do have Heyzeus getting one up on his opponent.